Hello, guys. Welcome back. I'm getting kind of a shove from behind from Loki. I'm tired. I'm gonna slur because of the stroke. Let's all deal with it. Um, I got rude. You guys know I'm just kind of tired and pissed off at this point. Because I've been trying to record and I keep slurring, but it's the stroke. It is what it is. Anyhow, somebody asked. They thought that pagans don't believe in Satan. Well, here's where decades of blanket statements come back to bite the pagan community in the ass. Plenty of pagans do believe in Satan. Now, one, that's a complicated issue. It depends on just what in the hell do you mean by Satan. Do you mean a old god? Do you mean a fallen devil? Do you mean, fallen angel that became a devil? What the hell do you mean? So first you got to unpack that and be specific about what you mean. And secondly, saying that all people of a faith believe one thing is just stupid. My father was Roman Catholic. He didn't even believe in the concept of heaven. He didn't. He believed you died and that was it. So there was no heaven, no hell to him. He was pretty much atheistic as far as you can be and be a member of the Catholic Church. He didn't believe in heaven. He didn't believe in hell. He didn't believe in any kind of afterlife. And yet he wore a St. Joseph medal his entire life. So what the fuck he actually believed in, I can't rightly tell you, but I can tell you he didn't fit the idea of even believing in Satan. Maybe that's where I got it. He would laugh hysterically at the story of the Garden of Eden and this talking snake, and he would go, "Eat apple, eat apple." And he would laugh his ass off. He thought it was the stupidest thing he ever heard of. Now, he was an accountant. He was very logical. He didn't have a very spiritual side. My mother, on the other hand, just didn't believe that anything that bad could exist. She was as Wiccan as you can be and be in the church. But, there are all sorts of different beliefs. Everybody is an individual. Saying that everybody who is a Wiccan, for example, can't believe in the devil just is stupid. It makes people feel good, and we say it so you don't set us on fire, but it may not be true. You have to look at each person and ask them what they mean. I think it came about because the first thing witches and Wiccans and pagans want to do is distance themselves from people that want to harm you. And they want to distance themselves from the negative aspects of dominant religion. So it makes sense to say we absolutely don't believe in Satan. But the funny thing is, we left Christianity or we left whatever we left because we want to do our own thing. And then we come into this new, realm of belief. And we start letting people tell us exactly what to believe. And after a while, you start to dismantle things and you think, is there a Satan? If there is, what's he like? Was he an angel? Did an all-powerful being create his own enemy? That didn't show much forethought. If he's not an angel, what is he? Is he a thought form? Is he, an old forgotten god? Is he Loki? What is he? We don't all believe the same thing. We absolutely do not. So you are going to run across pagans that do believe in Satan. Now, what flavor of Satan that is? Depends. You're going to run across a lot of pagans that work with demons. Now, the thing is, of course, the pagan and the witch community aren't very welcoming to those people. The moment you say you work with demons, people get tetchy, which is why most people will fall over themselves to point out that Lilith was a goddess. To point out that Pazuzu was a god with the unfortunate name of demon attached. And, to point out that these were historically old gods. I mean, sometimes people that write demonology books are just lazy and they take every god or goddess from every religion, label them a demon, and call it the end of the day. That would be the actual Catholic way of looking at it. You have to understand, if you were looking at it from the Catholic perspective, and I can tell you that having grown up, absolutely everybody we work with is a demon. Now, obviously, you're all ready to kill me, but I didn't say agree with that. I'm just saying I am well aware of that teaching because Loki had helped me through it. So, it doesn't do good, one, to throw terms around like demon because most people have that Hollywood bullshit idea of what a demon is. And treatment is definitely going to affect anyone's behavior, whether it would be a demon or god or goddess or an angel or saint. If the first thing you do is attack them, of course they're going to get defensive. And it depends. Not everybody is human friendly. We say that ourselves. We say that, honestly, not all gods and goddesses are human friendly. Most are, If they don't like you, they will kick your ass for you and send you packing. There have been people that have run up to the gods, been very rude and disrespectful, and got their ass kicked for them. It's just a thing of there's a certain way you approach them. You have to remember, being a pagan, you don't have a priest or priestess, unless you're part of a coven or something. You don't have a priest or priestess in between you and divinity. That's the advantage other religions have. They have a buffer in between them and divinity. Yes, they can pray on their own, but they don't have that buffer. But, do we all believe in the same thing? Of course not. You're going to run into, like I've told you guys before, there is floating around somewhere, there used to be, I've been looking for, I can't find her. There was a satanic Lokean. And I mean satanic as in Roman Catholic Satan. Satan was, I can't remember. If Satan was her dad or Loki was her dad. Which one was her dad? One of them was her dad. The other one was, I don't know, Dad the Second or something. I can't remember. But seriously, she existed. She was out there. I didn't dream this. So she was a Lokean Satanist, and she would even tell you she had, traveled to hell and she'd met all these demons. And I've never experienced that, but I don't doubt her. I'm like, why would she lie? Yeah, some people lie for attention, but, then that kind of ruins your reputation towards working with people. Um, everybody has their own beliefs. To me, it just never made sense that an all-powerful deity created their own enemy. Oops. Because either A, they're not all-powerful and they didn't see that coming, or B, they did it on purpose and, I'm like, why would you do that? I don't believe, whether I say the word Satan or say demon or devil, I don't believe in a entity that's purely malevolent and goes around hurting people. I don't believe in what you see in the evening news, usually around Halloween, of finding all this shit in the cemetery and all that stuff. I don't believe in that. There are people that practice that and believe it and consider themselves fine pagans, and they feel there's nothing wrong with revenge magic. One of the things we usually don't talk about, because I practice a type of paganism I do, there are people that'll hurt you in magic. There are absolutely malevolent pagans. There are people that have no problem putting a curse on you. They have no problem doing evil magic towards you. There are some people that join satanic temples and take it entirely seriously, even though it's usually fancy dress atheism. So, yeah, in general, most people, if you ask them if they believe in the devil or Satan, are going to say no. Now, whether they said no because they were taught to say that and they never examined their personal beliefs, or they truly don't believe in devil or Satan or whatever else, you don't know. For me, I believe we do enough bad on our own. I've never believed I needed a devil or Satan or Lucifer or anyone else to help me do bad things. I do bad things on my own. But, there are people that work with them and love them and would be hugging them right now and going, it's okay, don't listen to her bad words. So we have to respect that just because we practice something, we did not just become, there's the term as a pope, we just did not become pagan pope or anything else. Whether or not I believe in something, nobody else should care about that. That's my personal belief system. Some people are going to believe in demons. Some people are going to believe in devils. There are Christo-Wiccans. What their personal belief is towards a devil or a demon, I don't rightly know. You would have to personally ask them. So you do have to ask people what they believe. And you do have to ask them how they practice. There are certainly people that demonize, for lack of a better word, gods in every pantheon. There are people that think Set's pure evil. There are people that think Loki's pure evil. There are people that think Anubis is pure evil. So, you have to really be careful with what terms you throw around and, how you treat people, because, just because someone would say they work with Satan, or they would say they work with Set, or they would say they work with Loki, it doesn't mean they're going to hurt you. But are there negative, bad people out there? Yeah, certainly. In every religion. There are Christians out there that pray for people to go to hell every day. That's as negative as I can think of. So you have to watch making assumptions, for one. And two, you can't judge a person just because of who they work with. Like I said, told you guys a story years before that, my mother used to get this Catholic publication. And I stopped printing it out for her because they had a prayer one time for God to destroy all the witches. If that's not fucking evil, I don't know what is. To destroy people? Really? That's great Christian values, Christians. So yeah, you have to take into account it's not as simple as, light good equals nice, bake you cupcakes, and dark evil equals malevolent will destroy you. You have, people pointed out before there was a guy that wrote Nocturnal Witchcraft, I think, that said, you're going to find some what we would call dark entities, just meaning nighttime, nocturnal, darker energy entities that are sweet, warm, and loving. And you're going to find light entities, meaning, light, daylight, constructive, that'll knock you on your ass. You have to be careful. So, I hope that helps. I hope that answers. But, like, for me, I can't believe in Hollywood Satan. I don't. Whoever it was I was working with, I refer to him as an old god. It could be Pluto, it could be Loki being bored, it could be anything, but I can't wrap my head around the concept. But I've known many people that believe in Satan as a Satan of the church, and they have a fine time working with him. It just depends on how you treat people. So, if you like what you see, like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you later. Bye bye.